Dave Academy. We're on to the next car in our series of updates for all the GT3s. We are starting off with the Honda NSX EVO. We've already done one setup for this just a day before this recording. This is going to be our second ever track, so it's going to be interesting to test some wing angles here at Paul Ricard. Today, driving the car is Jakob. I'm Sai. We've got Mike in broadcasting, and on that note, let's jump straight into it. The old setup, the top speed was 270.
Yeah, I think it's 70 now again. Maybe a bit more.
That's
No,
a bit
to
more, yeah.
71. Okay. Looks like the Honda needs a different approach on how to drive this corner.
Yeah, it's I don't know. From what we did in Misano yesterday, this car has a strange tendency to want to snap in all the slow corners, and then it was also understeering quite a bit in high speed. Um, Predominantly, we had instability issues at Misano as well. So, only reason I thought it's a good baseline to start with, or a good not to start with. We're using the old setup to start with, but I'm just thinking it'll be a good guideline to see what we did at Misano because it's also a flat track like this. Also, the first chicane, we need to see the cars planted here. I'm assuming you've lost vehicle response right now. Like direction change might not be as good because of a softer car.
I think in general it feels better. I mean, I lost 3 tenths in corner 1 because I tried a different gear, like I tried third, but second is quicker.
Looks. I think mechanically the car seems a bit more stable. Um, so one more thing we found out yesterday. The base, or rather the lowest front ride height on this car, isn't really that low, um, at least physically in the sim. So we can increase the front range a lot more if you want, if at all it's if you know if you need more pitch. But I think right now it all depends on the stability and at the end of the long straight. So literally the easiest. The less you hit the front bump stop on this car, the better it is in most cases, at least from what we found at Misano.
It's just way too loose for the fast right-hander. Like as soon as you go a bit off throttle or or like you brake a bit too late, you're dead. Like you instantly lose the rear.
Yep. It's very easy to fix that with the dampers, but before that, how does the rotation and slow speed feel right now?
Still a bit unnecessary. We can get more rotation in that.
Understeer and slow speed. Okay. In that case, okay, let's do this. Let's rear rebound. Let's go 4 clicks up on the rear rebound damping.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 3 clicks up on the rear bump damping.
Yeah.
And for the front, I wouldn't touch it right now. Yeah, let's just try this alone.
That's why I'm losing in turn 1. I forgot to put up the map again.
Okay. Are you changing the map like mid lap for different
Yeah, I forgot
corners?
to change it in the setup.
Okay.
And I was also always wondering why I'm losing 2 tensions in turn 1. And especially
How?
when accelerating.
Mhm. Uh, Logic would dictate it depends on the map you use. Obviously, has an effect on how the TC or how often the TC kicks in. But what is your what are the main differences between the linear and aggressive map? Do you feel anything when you drive with those two
You
maps?
feel more power with map 4, and I haven't tried map 2 yet.
Okay. So I was thinking maybe if you use map 2 with a lower TC, that might also help in accelerating a little better out of the slow speed corners. If I'm not mistaken, we were 4 tenths up on the old time in Misano.
Okay.
So, we quickly check the patch notes and see what the BOP is around here. Yep, literally no change whatsoever on this truck. And no physics update either on the car.
Yeah, 54.7.
Okay. That's 5 tons. How does the stability feel at the end of the straight?
Yeah, it's better now, but like in fast corners and slow corners, it's still unnecessary.
Okay. One of two options: we can drop the front arb, or we can increase the rear arb. I think dropping the front would be a better option.
Yeah, because then it could affect curb behavior in turn 1, turn 2. Good.
Yep. Yeah, the softer front arb will just make your life a whole lot easier. It's just if the rear arm or if the rear roll of the car is way too stiff, the car will again snap on high speed corners. So it's the only thing. How stable is it mid corner on the right hander?
It's a bit loose mid corner.
Okay, it's only entry that's stable, right?
Yeah, basically
Okay.
it's mid to exit. You feel the rear a bit.
Okay. Okay, I think we can fix that also with the dampers. Just soften up the front rebound.
Yeah, let's run it then.
Uh, hmm, okay. How aggressive is the car on that first chicane? Are you feeling it
Mm,
uh, like struggling to roll, or do you think the car's not rolling enough, or is it that
I
type of
think the curb
vibration, or
behavior is a bit too bad in the
the
first
curb
chicane.
itself? Okay, so it's not like the track surface; it's the curb itself. Okay. Um,
Yeah. And so what do you want to drop the front up to then?
just thinking, maybe there's a different approach for this. Okay, let's try this. Let's drop the front and rear arb one click each, and stiffen the front fast damping. 2 clicks on bump and rebound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see if that works. Okay, so the logic is just making the car a lot softer, giving it more compliance everywhere. That's got to take care of the curb for sure, and also the high speed corner, or rather the slow speed corner, and then stiffer front fast dampers just makes the curbs even easier to run over, and stiffer front fast damping means the slow damping is used less, which basically again brings back rotation to the rear. So it's a series of steps. Essentially, softer front arm might be, a sort of softer rear arm might be a bit too much for the car. So we're having to do the damper changes to bring back rotation. My understanding is the car itself is very stiff. It has stiff roll stiffness, so we'll have to run slightly softer suspension or softer roll. Otherwise, the car would be too unpredictable.
way better helicopter.
That's good. Okay, so it looks like this overdamping trick works on this car as well. It's good to know. It's a lot of diff there. Lower diff will definitely help you.
Yeah, but it will kill me through the fast right-hander, I guess.
If the curbs feel good, what we can do is drop the diff, but also reduce the front bump stop range.
Okay.
Because it started sliding mid corner. It's a classic, not classic, but it definitely looks like the diff is completely locked there. You just hear it from the tires. It's definitely not the rear being too stiff because we softened the entire car. How's it slow speed understeer that you're having?
It's better, yeah.
It's better? Yep. Okay, so first chicane we can say is mostly solved, which is one of the main problems on this track. Now we have to fix the right-hander and nowhere else really, right? Usually
No,
this
that's basically it.
usually this upcoming left-hander is sometimes a problem with understeer. I don't think it's an issue here right now. Once we get the car in a good window, what I suggest is we save that and try to run much lower wing just to see if we are at the limit or not right now.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
also reckon. I also reckon it's the front bump being too soft. The front bump damping. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. What were you saying?
car is also a bit under stereo on throttle.
Okay. Where exactly?
On the left-hander after the long right-hander where I was before.
Okay.
You know what corner I mean?
Yeah. The tight left hairpin, right?
Yeah.
After the long double, right?
Yep.
It's an odd place for it all this year. All right. Um, uh, okay. Let's actually do this. Let's go up on the rear bump damping 2 more clicks.
Yeah.
Go up on the front bump damping 2 clicks.
Yeah.
Um, go up on the front fast damping 2 clicks.
On both.
Yeah, fast bump and fast record.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can solve it with the dampers first, and then we look at the diff. I don't even want to know what it looks like on Motive.
I can show it to you if you want to.
Uh, I mean, dampers here, anyways. You get very little data from a track like this because of how flat it is, right? You're most of the time you're on a straight, so the damper curves are just straight, like just straight spikes. The percentage difference doesn't give you much info either. More often than not, we've just been going on feel with the dampers, not really looking too much into the curves. So the cars just it definitely looks like it just doesn't have enough grip everywhere. You can hear that, you can hear it sliding everywhere. I don't know if you're feeling it, or you must be like the, especially on slow speed.
I think I'm still losing much time in the last sector.
Yeah, let's see this time.
I feel pretty much you don't really feel on what the car is doing, especially in the long right, in the double right-hander. On the one lap it feels great, on the other lap it's like unpredictable again.
Okay. Um, I want to have a look at the data just to see how the bump stops are being actuated. Sector 1 looks alright. I mean, I don't know if
Sector 1 is good.
you feel
That's
you like it on
true.
Sector 1. Okay, you like it the way it feels now, right?
No.
Okay.
Is there a chance that the car is still like too hard on the springs?
Good possibility, yes. The only reason I don't want to, we haven't touched the springs till now is softening the springs are just gonna make the car so much worse. Um, on uh, that right hander, softer you go, the more the car will pitch into it.
Yeah, but we can like solve that on like with less rider or something then.
Mm. Yeah, let's just see the data before that. But yeah, I think it's a good
Oh
idea
yeah.
to try that. Yeah.
Should I send it to you or just share my screen?
Uh, I mean, if you have it, it's just easier to share your screen. It'll be quicker. You have bump stop channels, right?
Yeah, I have that.
Okay. Nice dampers. Uh, oh wow, it's not really hitting the rear, the fronts at all. Can you zoom in to that right hander?
Right-hander is there. Okay. Yeah, that's basically the right-hander.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it's riding it the whole way over there. Okay. Um, yeah, that's just
Mm. Embers
fronts
look
are all right
good.
actually. Fronts are spot on to be honest.
Yeah.
Very happy with the fronts. Okay. Mm. Just give me a minute. Trying to think. Okay. The rears are definitely overdamped.
Yeah.
So go down on the slow damping 2 clicks each.
Yeah.
Go up on the fast damping 2 clicks each.
Yeah.
That's on the rear. Won't touch the front for now. And then yeah, let's try softer wheel rate and just have a look at what we can check, what we can test. Just give me a sec.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go 3 clicks down on front and rear spring.
Yeah.
Front range, 5 clicks up.
Yeah.
And rear ride height, 3 clicks down.
Yeah.
Let's see what that does. Let me guess. Unstable on braking and understeer on throttle.
Understeer on throttle, yes. Unstable on braking, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. What about the right-hander?
That's more car specific and not really unstable under braking.
Okay. Now, how does the slow speed feel?
Yeah, good.
Off throttle rotation on point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a choice between diff or spring. More diff or more rear spring. If
Okay.
your slow speed is fine, I would suggest go back 1 click up on the rear spring. Also, how do the curbs feel?
Still feel good.
Okay, go. Because now the car is actually overdamped.
When going up with diff, shouldn't that help me for the fast right-hander?
Definitely will, but it'll mean your car won't rotate enough straight through sector 3. Like the final hairpin, it's gonna be a nightmare.
Okay.
Also, that left-hand hairpin, the second sharpest corner in that sector.
Yeah, then let's try the spring. Or do we go down on the front? Because that could also help. Because maybe the
No, no,
car just
go,
likes
go,
slow springs.
no, but going down on the front will make it pitch again more.
Okay.
And we've done so much to the dampers, there's little more we can do to control pitch. So yeah, just a click up on the rear spring. And yeah. It's so difficult to tell because it could also be inside wheel spin through that corner, in which case the diff, when the diff is too low, also sometimes the inside can spin. So it's, it's really a fine balance. Very, very difficult to say visually, and data really doesn't show much. So we'll have to test this. I'm curious, how do you feel the car handles compared to the others that we've done till now?
It's pretty much a Porsche 2.0.
Yeah, it's a bulkier, stiffer Porsche.
Yeah, probably.
Roll wise, it's a very stiff car. Yeah. I think it definitely has a different charm to the Porsche. Porsche is super agile in the slow speeds. This car seems to be like it can be very, very strong in high speed if the balance is right. One thing is for sure, all the four cars that we worked on till now, they all seem to like very low bump stop ranges. Seems to be very consistent with the suspension right now.
And here we go. I think he said it was in a good spot right now.
It's good. Yep. Happy to see the car looks the best it has till now in the right-hander.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely has the agility of a fast, aggressive setup. Plays visually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this should be a good run. 5, 4, 5.
Yep.
It's also in a really good spot right now.
Yep. I would suggest save that,
Try
set
to
up
wing now.
and run. Yeah. I'm thinking of trying something like really crazy, as in we soften the springs massively, drop the wing a bit, and then run even lower rear ride height,
Mm-hmm.
almost like negative rake nearly. So this will be useful data, even if it doesn't work around here. It will be useful to know what it does for Monza.
Yeah.
Okay, so you saved that, right?
Yeah, I saved it.
Okay, so let's try minimum front spring,
Yeah.
uh, rear spring 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks down.
Yeah.
Um, Wing 2 clicks down.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Rear ride height 5 clicks down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just test that. There's a good chance this is going to be like the Mercedes where you need high wing to keep it stable on curbs.
Yeah, can be.
Because I could already see that it's trying to snap on curbs now. Okay. Pretty much understeer.
It's pretty much understeery in slow speed corners, oversteery in fast speed corners. So basically the complete the complete opposite of what we had before. And it looks like that you literally gain nothing on a spread. Okay, I gained half a tenth now.
Yeah, it's all over the place. We're well out of its working zone, that's for sure. So, the lesson from just this one change: don't run really low ride height with this car. It does not rotate on slow speed, irrespective of the springs. Even if we go up on the rear spring now, it's going to be way too stiff for the amount of downforce it has.
Yeah, and then also
You
when I go up on the rear stiff, it will even be more loose on the fast right hander.
Exactly. So always a golden rule: never stiffen up your one end of the car unless you have enough load on that inertially or with aero. It's just not gonna work, especially for cars especially for a race car like this, which is relatively light in the way it behaves. Um, okay, so that's definitely not working. Let's let's go back to that previous good setup that we had and
Yeah,
try only a ride height change. I mean, no, only an aero change. So rear wing 6,
yeah.
and we will not soften the rear spring. Instead, we will stiffen the front spring.
Okay.
So 2 clicks up on the front spring, and wouldn't change the ride height at all
Yeah. So
because
just
all
click my front spring.
Yep. Because all the slow speed corners in this track are really slow speed corners. They're not like medium or anything. They're just really slow hairpins. So slow to a point where the arrow won't work much. So we need to preserve that ride height to get it to rotate. Yeah, the only downside is 270 is not really a fast. It's not really a very high top speed for here. Don't cars usually hit like 273, 274?
Yeah, but like the good thing when with running a bit high of a higher wing is like over the stint you gain a good amount of time through the last sector because other cars lose more with less wing, and because we are on a higher wing, the last sector should be more consistent over the stint.
So it's kind of the opposite of Bathurst.
Basically, yeah.
Because here with the high wing, you still have an opportunity to overtake on the straight if you get in the slipstream.
And especially with the Honda's power up to fourth to fifth gear.
Something else interesting to look at when we look at top speed is we need to see where we're hitting that top speed. If you're hitting the top speed only towards the end of the straight, you're actually not going to lose that much because you're still accelerating. But if you hit your top speed well before the point where other cars hit their top speed, then you're going to lose out big time. Here it kind of looks like it does look like it's continually climbing almost until the braking zone, even with the previous wing. So it's actually a good sign. Some cars tend to max out their top speed well before the braking zone. They're the ones that lose out big time. So
Or just gets
consider
so loose
yeah. So
with one
considering that,
lowering the wind.
yeah,
I think we should stay on the high
just
one.
stick to 8. Maybe for quali we can try lower wing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because anyways it tends to understeer with lower fuel, so we can remove the wing and see if that helps.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good test though. It's good to see. Okay, so let's just save that the setup that you did the run with.
Yeah.
It's a good lap time. Uh, Generally happy with the numbers. I don't know how the dampers look. I don't know if it.
They actually don't look that bad.
Okay, it's good. Better than before because before the rears were like a
Yeah, it's just
rectangle.
it's a bit rebound biased.
That's fine for for Paul Ricard. Rebound bias is good. Prevents the car from pitching into the braking zone.
I'm quickly uploading the data, so you got that.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. So now it's going to be interesting. Make the car stable through the fast right-hander.
I'd say more diff.
Yeah. So like 8 clicks or something like that.
8 clicks. Uh, Let me just open it. What are we on right now? 20. 8 would be a lot. I would suggest just go like 3 clicks to start with.
Yeah. Then maybe one more click of wing to make it a bit more safe, maybe.
But the only reason we need the wing is to stabilize it at the end of that back straight. So if the diff does its job, we wouldn't need to do that.
Yeah. Then let's just try the diff.
And if the diff helps but it's not helping enough, I would suggest the next thing we do was reduce the front bump stop range to prevent
Yeah.
the pitch even more.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
true. We're pretty high
maybe
on that.
also yeah, also maybe reduce the front, increase the front rate. The only reason we're running quite high bump stop range on the front is because we want it to roll enough in the slow speed corners without understeering.
Yeah, looks very stable to me. Also here the rear isn't snapping.
Okay, that's good.
You still get a decent amount of rotation around here.
I was wondering if you could test one thing on the next lap. Try to brake or try to over brake into that right hander and see if that snaps it. Because sometimes if you don't like very aggressive setups, if you prefer a stable car, you have a tendency to slow the car too much into the corner. So, like for beginner drivers, I would probably end up doing something like that. So it would be good to see what that does.
Like that?
Yep. Is it easy to control when you? There we go. If we can,
Yeah.
if we can afford it, I would definitely reduce the front range a bit more.
Yeah,
Yes.
then
Yes. How
clicks
does it
or
how does
more.
it I would say like 3 clicks on the front range.
Okay.
How does it feel on slow speed? Sector 3, is it
Slow,
rotating
sp-
enough?
slow speed is good.
It's not understeering, right?
No,
Okay. Because the higher diff will tend to constantly understeer the car off throttle.
no, that's actually fine.
Okay, that's good. I think the car definitely likes higher diff than usual. When we did it in Misano, we had quite low diff, and when we went on to the safe set, we increased the diff. It only had a marginal impact on lap time, but it made the car so much more drivable. So definitely mid to high diff is the way to go for more stability on this car. Really doesn't like to run over that curb, does it?
I just wanted to get too quickly back onto the track, and then I just overturned the car a bit and lost the rear because of that.
Is that just the way the car behaves generally on curbs, or do you think there's a way we can fix that? Because I'm thinking of doing some damper tweaks just to make it even more forgiving.
No, that's not
When you
really
cut across the curb.
dampers. That's the aero. That's how the Honda feels on low wing, especially like on Spa when using low wing through Rouge. The car is deadly.
Interesting. I found the Ferrari also at Paul Ricard. Sometimes when I drive, if when I weave it too quickly on the main straight or on the back straight, because of how bumpy it is, it just snaps. And it's a sign that this car is generally very stiff. Just the hard suspension with the very little compliance for rolling.
And the car still feels decent fast.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
It's maybe like 1.5 tenths, maybe slower than before.
That's very good for a nearly 2 minute lap time. Where exactly do you think you're losing the time? The safe set?
Sector 3.
Okay. That's the high dive doing that. Want to try maybe a click of ride height on the front?
Yeah, we can.
I think it's worth a shot.
But I reckon the more stable we want to try to get it, the slower it will get.
Yeah, I think that's fine. If we sacrifice another 10th on the safe set. In that sense, the safe set is just meant to be safe. But I think
Yeah.
3 tenths off a fast lap time is still competitive enough, especially for a safe set on a track this long.
Yeah, you're basically just losing all the time in slow speed corners.
Okay. Would you say it's even more safe with the lower front bump stop range?
Yeah, it's definitely more safe.
Okay. The curbs don't feel worst, right?
No.
Okay. We would test the front ride height, but if it doesn't work, I think we can stick with this setup because for the most part it does look safe. A safe setup
Yeah, it's just a
is
fast right-hander. When you stay on throttle there through the corner, then it stabilizes the car and you're fine. But when you like lift completely, then the rear will step out and it will be hard to control. But as long, like I said, as you stay a bit on throttle and control the car with that, it's completely fine.
there's little we can do to actually solve that complete lift off stability without sacrificing it everywhere. I mean, right now we are at a point on the dampers where there's nothing more we can change to stabilize it anymore. Um, yeah, as long as it feels safe almost everywhere else, I mean,
It's just a fast
it's fine.
right-hander when you're completely off throttle. Then it begins a bit to get like, then you feel the rear. But as long as you're a bit on throttle, like I said, you're fine.
Can we try? Can we try a click on the rear wing?
One more.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do that.
but don't change anything else. See what it
Yeah,
does.
just a wing.
If we are sacrificing some straight line speed in the form of drag, I'd rather use the rear wing than the front ride height. Since anyways it's good on the curbs right now, there's no need to raise the front ride height.
Yeah, it's like when you're completely off throttle, it's still a bit. Yeah, like you still feel the rear a bit, but it's better now, I guess.
Yep. There's no way to make it 100% safe there without
Yeah,
straight
unless
off
you will use
veering. Yeah.
max wing or something like that.
Yep. I don't think we've made. I don't think any of the cars have been made that ultra safe. And if you do that, you're going to lose a lot of time, and it's you basically it's not a competitive setup. Yeah, as long as it feels a bit more safe. If we're not losing too much lap time, we could
And
stick with
that's
this
what
wing.
we're gonna find out now.
Yeah. Did you see how much? There's no delta on the out lap bridge. You might lose 2 kph, I reckon.
What did I have before? 71 or 72? Because now we have 70.
Somewhere around 271, I think. Because when we remove 2 clicks of wing, you hit about 274. So considering it goes linearly, for the most part, you might hit 270, maybe 269. That's what I'm expecting.
And the outlap I had to 70.
Might That means you might hit the same, if not slightly higher now. Better exit. Yeah, 10th at the end of this race is negligible, honestly. You could gain all that back with the right-hander if you're driving a setup you're comfortable with. Just about 1.5 tenths right now. I think that was a 269. Not a bad compromise, honestly. That looked decent. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels a bit more understeer, but for the fact that it's way more stable for the fast right-hander, it's good.
Yep.
Because now this lap I think I was completely off throttle at the beginning, and the car snapped a bit, but way less than before.
Yeah, as long as it's a little easier to modulate that brake and turn in. I definitely wouldn't want to do an endurance race here and have to consciously be ready for the rear to snap every lap. So
Yeah, probably not.
yeah. Yeah, can carry more speed into the corners, but then it just gives up on exits. Because you were 2 tenths up through the first 3 corners.
Okay.
First 4.
That's definitely a good alternative setup.
Yep. Still looks very competitive. I mean,
Yeah, the lap time is very good.
but it's more forgiving, and the penalty that you pay is that you might lose a head-to-head battle down the back straight.
And the safe setup is probably a setup you would use in an endurance race, and the race setup is something you would use in a 1-hour race. Because the fast setup is like maybe 1.5 tenths faster, because you can do a 0.3 or maybe a high 0.2 with the fast one.
I think any race where you don't have to stop in the pits, maybe the higher wing does make sense because you will be in a slipstream train. Whereas if you have a high down for setup, but you have to box, if you get undercut or if you try to undercut, you lose the slipstream. So, yeah.
Okay, but you can't like completely roll through the fast right-hander. You still need to stay a bit on throttle.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to make the car still technically stay on throttle with less input, then we can just go up on the diff even more. I mean, if you want, we can try it. We have a little bit of time to just test that if you still want to. We'll definitely save this, but let's just see. Let's try another 5 clicks of diff and see how much of an impact it has. Because that's the whole point of the preload, is to constantly give diff lock off throttle on coast.
The 5 clicks out.
Yep, let's just go crazy. Try like 5 clicks.
Okay, you still need to stay on throttle.
Yeah, I guess can't completely get rid of that issue. Not unless can somehow change the idle RPM of the car. So when you get off throttle, it's still always at, I don't know, like 6,000, 7,000 RPM, which would be horrible. But yep.
We'll give it another try. But I don't think that you can completely stay off throttle.
Yep, that's fine. That's good. It's like Spa, right? If you get off throttle, it just makes the car more unstable.
Yeah.
When you add Eau Rouge, it's just a thing with almost every car.
Oh, it's okay. It's really unnecessary now.
I mean, if it feels exactly the same as the old one, or if it feels slightly worse, then we can just take the old one because with the.
That's what I want to find out now in this lap.
Yeah. So last lap you were just testing very aggressive turning.
Yeah, just being completely off throttle.
Yep.
Because that's what we want to reach with the changes we did.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure if you can't do that, like completely stay off throttle, then the other side was quicker. Because this one is, again, a bit more on the steering slow corners.
I think it's definitely something worth adding to the notes in that you shouldn't stay completely off throttle at the right-hander.
I don't really think that it's worth it running that high diff.
Yeah, you're understeering and now you're just having to drag the tires everywhere on the slow speeds.
Yeah. had it before was better, and it's like
Yeah.
we can add it to the nodes, go up with wing or use like max diff or something like that to make it completely safe through there. Okay, now the question is
Perfect. I will do that.
which wing can we use to still be good through the fast ride?
Okay, let's see. Usually, when we go down to quali fuel, we increase the rear ride height, right? Increase the ride height, go up on diff. So I'm assuming, I'm thinking maybe we drop the wing a click and go down on the ride height one click with low fuel and see if that works.
Race fast, then 15 liters, I guess.
What's
Actually,
the fuel?
I would probably just drop the wing to make it a
Just
bit
the
more
wing?
aggressive. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can try that first.
Oh, and then I will go down and click on the brake ducts. Okay.
Yep. Right. I forgot to check that. What are tire temps like on data? Are they
Uh,
the range? That
for Paul
range?
Ricard, they're in a good window. I mean, tires will
Are
never be
yeah.
like green on Paul Ricard, so they're in perfect temps. Otherwise, you
What?
would like need to use the least camber possible, and
Yeah.
max brake duct. But for Paul Ricard, they're in a good window.
I'm assuming we're hitting 99, maybe 100 on that right hander.
Maybe. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah. I have to check. As long as first of all in game on the hard, if it's not red, then it's already a good sign.
No, it was
Or
just
yellow.
yellow.
Oh, it's yellow. Okay. And only for that corner, I'm assuming. It cools down after that.
Yeah, it's probably just the last sector, and then sector 1 and mid sector it cools down again.
Yeah, and then it gets almost stone cold at the end of this straight.
Are we talking about tire temps or about brake temps now?
Tire
With
temps.
yeah, okay.
Brake temps are always going to go up and down, right? So
Yeah. Because it said stone cold on the end of the.
I mean, when I meant stone cold, like
Yeah.
it's green.
Yeah, it is. And like for the last sector, it gets a bit yellow.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. That's the only. It's like the only place where it really strains the tires, anyways. So I'm just typing out the notes for this one. It's going to be quite interesting. A lot of
We'll
things
take a
to
look at it
look at.
when I'm done with the quality run.
Yeah.
What time are we aiming for?
Let's have a look. .53.7 is the old time. Think you can break the 52s?
Oh, we weren't even able to break into the 52s with the Audi, and we did like a 0.2 or a 0.1 and with race fuel there. So I
Let's see
guess
if we
low
can.
53s, but I don't think 52s.
Okay, let's try to match the Audi then. I feel like it has characteristics very similar to both the Porsche and the Audi. This car. But if this car doesn't have that much straight line speed, what is the how is it fast in Spa? Is it the corners themselves that it's just the general
It's more
balance of
the
the car?
acceleration of the Honda.
Acceleration. Okay. Wow, low fuel has literally no effect on acceleration out of slow speed corners.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're losing time on the exits.
Yeah, maybe we should try not low wing, maybe higher wing.
Perhaps because with low fuel and low wing, you're still gaining. You'll probably gain more by dropping the wing 2 clicks on the fast setup on the straight. The speed is there, but the delta isn't. It's funny because if the Honda is really that good at accelerating, you would hit your top speed a lot quicker and then be stuck.
Yeah, it's just the
So,
Honda is really good on acceleration up to fifth gear. In the sixth
okay,
gear, it's pretty much that.
okay.
Yeah, maybe we will from fast setup go up 1 click with the wing and then maybe 2 clicks
Go
with
up.
brake on the rear.
I would say 3 clicks on the rake because generally we go 1 or 2
No,
without any other change. Maybe a click of diff as well.
yeah. Yeah, definitely high wing. And we are still gaining time on the straight.
Because of the better exit.
Yeah, and also because of the lower fuel.
Yeah, but that gain is minimal, right? We just saw that.
Deadly not valid. Okay, let's use even one more click of right out.
Okay, yep, go for it.
We'll use one click more right and one click more diff.
Yep.
So that it doesn't get too oversteery through fast right.
Yeah, it should be fine, I think.
Yeah, I lost a bit of time in the last sector now.
It's got potential for 0.3, right?
0.3. Yeah,
Yeah.
0.3.
Yeah, high 0.3 would be a very good lap as well.
I will use one more click diff again.
Yep, should work.
Is it still very good in slow speed corners? And it a bit more stability through fast right hander could give me more lap time,
Yep.
actually. Save some time on the outlap.
We've learned so much about this car in the session. I feel
Yeah, that's true.
it's really
Yep.
geared us up for all the upcoming tracks. I'm actually a lot more confident now. I think we've understood the essence of this car.
Yeah, but Ricard is just such a good track for testing because it literally has everything: high down for slow down for us, fast corners, slow corners, long straight.
Yep. That's a good way to warm up your tires.
Yeah, lose the car and then just go wide. These stupid off tracks. Yeah.
Okay, lot of notes for this track. It's a nice big paragraph. I'm gonna just add that all in.
You can also add into the notes that you can adjust the brake bias for the fast right-hander in the quali run. Like go up a bit on the brake bias, then it's a bit safer.
Okay, yep.
It looks like that the last click of brake I put to the car was too much. Because since I put this one up, it's not working that good anymore. So I'm going down 2 clicks on the rake again and 1 click on the 1 click on the rake and 2 clicks on the diff.
Okay, yep.
And it's really interesting on quali fuel. Because it feels pretty much completely different compared to race fuel.
You don't have as much downforce, and it's quite a sensitive car, so it's not surprising, but definitely not as many changes as I would expect. You know, it's still not that bad. It's just more wing, more diff.
how to lose everything in one corner. Oh, I slided to the outside again. Yeah, 0.33 the maximum in that lap.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Yeah, I'll give it one more try. Otherwise, I guess we can just take the 0.5 as it's a really, really decent lap.
Yep, sure. I wouldn't sweat the lap time too much unless it's.
Yeah, we'll just give it one more run.
Yep.
Otherwise, we will just take the 0.5.
Yep.
It's not even just one corner where I got like 1.5 tenths in. It's like over the lap, just 1.5 tenths.
Yep.
It's probably the perfect first sector.
Yeah, right-hander was so on edge. It's a 0.4. It's good. Yeah, I'll take that.
I will just finish this one run if I can get like the perfect lap together.
Okay.
Fucked it up. Yeah, but still, that 0.4 was pretty good. There's some time in the last sector, but it's fine, I guess.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Maybe like half a tenth or so, final sector.
Yeah, maybe low 0.3, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe with like a completely perfect lap, it could hit the 0.2s, but it's maybe in colder, slightly colder temperatures, I guess.
Yeah, and colder temperatures definitely. Okay. Then you need the data of that.
The dampers are a little on the rebound side, but I think it's fine. I mean, we did everything we needed to for the dampers for stability, which I think is more important considering it's such a flat track, anyways. So that's good.
And there you go with the quality data.
Awesome. Just give me a minute. I'll just type out the lap times.
Yeah, yes. I also send you the setups now. Yeah, that was a really interesting session. We learned
Yeah.
extremely much about the Honda.
Yeah, certainly. Very, very fun session. We tested quite a lot. A lot of things we tried actually, went as per our expectations, which is really good. A lot of damper testing, aero testing. I think we're well set for upcoming setups. Yeah, I think my opinion, it's been one of the more insightful sessions that we've done. And yeah, hopefully the upcoming tracks will be just as exciting. On that note, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this setup stream at Paul Ricard with the Honda NSX. We have more setups upcoming, more setup streams upcoming. If you're interested in checking out the list of the cars, the order in which we're doing these updates, check that out on our Discord. Follow the Discord also for more updates on the setups that are being released. And if you're interested in checking out these setups, we have subscription models and also bundles available online. You can find all of them at coachdavacademy.com. On that note, thank you all so much for joining, and we'll catch up with you next time.